All right, guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to be talking about Jeremie Frimpong. That's right. But before we get into it, please note that my morning briefings are now on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. The link's in the video description. I think it'll appear on the screen somewhere at the end as well. But my morning briefings are on there, okay? So, Jeremie Frimpong. Now, the Twitter twats have quoted Fabrizio Romano. Mo Salah! Do you remember that? Some people will have no idea about that, but some of you will. Fabrizio Romano has been quoted as saying as follows: Jeremie Frimpong remains one to watch in the summer. The Dutch fullback could leave Leverkusen in the summer with many clubs interested. The clause into his contract is worth around 40 million euros. Which I checked is £33.6 million. Bargain. I reckon bargain. Now, the Twitter twats are making it sound like he was speaking, I think, about Liverpool. Some of them anyway. But it was just like a general thing. But, you know, this one to watch, I think people pay too much attention to Fabrizio Romano, to be honest with you. One to watch, we can all say one to watch. And maybe he's not, you know, like trying to make out any big exclusive, like, oh my God, watch it. You know, but the aggregators and the Twitter twats, they certainly like to make a big deal out of what he's got to say. So the reason for the video really is just to, if you hear that we're interested in him today, or if someone says, Romano says, we are interested in him today, he was talking generally about clubs, you know, probably going to sniff around him in the summer. Now, for £33.6 million, I think we should get involved with that. What do you think? I was looking at some, you know, some articles and write-ups about him, and I did see this written, which I'm going to read to you. It's very brief. He isn't good enough, either one-on-one or in front of goal, to be a winger, and he isn't reliable enough defensively to be a fullback. Now, does that remind you of anybody at all? In saying that, I've got a telephone call. Fuck off, I'm not answering the phone. Do you answer the phone? I never answer my phone. I mean, if it's in my contacts, maybe, but if it's... No, go away. Who answers the phone anymore? Anyway... So, he was linked with leaving last year, but with Alonso staying at Bayer Leverkusen, it kind of like convinced him to stay for another season. Now, there's a lot of, I think that would be an exaggeration. There isn't a lot of chatter. There is some chatter that Alonso could go to, you know, Real Madrid sooner than later. To replace Ancelotti, and especially if Real Madrid don't win the league this year, with Barcelona having gone top now. It's a very good race at the top of the La Liga table. You should have a look. Atletico Madrid sadly have dropped down, but so if Alonso was to go to Real Madrid, he's probably one player he would want to take with him. And if you look at a lot of the reports, there's a lot of suggestions saying that Real Madrid and Barcelona are, you know, leading the race to sign him. But we review the Spanish football dailies every day, right? Well, apart from yesterday, because it might have been a bit delicate. But you know that I would flag him up, right? I would, you know, like I read everything, right? So okay, I might not tell you everything that's in the Spanish press, right? Because I know you only want to hear about the Liverpool stuff, but I monitor everything. And if he's ever mentioned with Liverpool, or there's a bit of chatter about him, because there has been before, then, you know, I look at that, you know, for you guys. And I can tell you that I haven't seen in the printed media here big suggestions that either of those clubs are in for him. That doesn't mean they're not in for him. I'm just saying, like, if you were to look online, it sounds like his future's sorted, you know, one way or the other. He's going to go to one of those clubs. It might be a personal aspiration of his to go to one of those clubs, but that doesn't mean they're going to go for him. So just in case you do any, you know, research yourself, or you read articles about him now, that because Fabrizio Romano's mentioned him, so his name might get thrown up, online today. If you were to read some articles, I think a lot of them would say, oh, Real Madrid, Barcelona, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying to you is there's been none of that chatter here at the moment, but it could be at some point. Now, what do you think? Do you think he's good enough for Liverpool? Would you like to see him in that game yesterday, for example? With Trent going to Real Madrid, with Trent linked with a move to Real Madrid, what do you think? Would he be a good enough replacement for you? Let me know your thoughts. 33 million, was it, or something? Or around there? Maybe a little bit more, who knows, as a suggested release clause. I think you've got to get in the mix, haven't you, for something like that. But I'll be honest with you, all right? I don't watch that league that he plays in. Never. I couldn't tell you anything. I can only go by, things that I've read about him and stuff like that. So there's going to be people on here that have got more knowledge about this player than me, that is for sure. So my advice would be to check the video comments. And if you're watching this video when it goes live, which is going to be around 11:30 in the morning, UK time, today, I would come back later in the day and check the comments, because I think people will be able to give you a better assessment of him than me. But at that price, maybe he's someone we should consider, because I think we're going to be looking at that side. What do you think? Let me know. If you're going to say, no, not at all, he's not good enough, maybe you could throw some suggestions in there. If we were hypothetically discussing a replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold, we all love Connor, but sometimes there's question marks over him and his injury. But who knows, I still think we should be strengthening the squad and have more than fucking one option anyway. I know there are others in there, that can play in that position, but I don't know. I just think our team's not as strong as some people think sometimes, and I think that might have showed in a very recent game. I really do think that we should have strengthened from a position of power, position of strength back in January or February when the window closed. I was shot down at the time, by the top Reds, saying, "What's wrong with you, Chubbs? We're chasing 4 trophies." But I didn't want to be negative at the time. I was just like, fine, fair enough, okay. But I had big fears that fatigue would creep in and that we would fizzle out of these different competitions. And I hate to say it, but I feel like I was right. It's only because I've seen it before, So we need to strengthen. And I'm just wondering if you think that this would be a good addition to the squad, as Rafa Benitez would say. For sure. All right. Let me know, guys. If you appreciate this video, if you appreciate my efforts, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a coffee, please hit the super thanks button under the video, and I will give you a shout out tomorrow morning in tomorrow morning's morning briefing, which is on my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. All right, guys, I don't think there's going to be a lot to talk to you about today. I think the mood's going to be a bit meh, so you might not hear much from me today. All right, take care.